You are watching Let's Discuss with Titi Lion. Welcome back to the show and happy Democracy Day in arrears. Today I'm excited to be sharing two issues with you, and interestingly, they are both related to June 12th. Of course, a lot has happened in the last week with our President Tinubu's speech on Democracy Day, stating that Nigeria's unity cannot be traded. And before my fellow Nigerians come with questions like, why should we listen to Tinubu? In his speech, the President of the Federal Republic of Nigeria urges everyone to come together in unity more than ever. In his words, we can make Nigeria a tremendously successful country if we gather as we gather here tonight, encourage our children about the charter
of our value system.
as they look upon me as the leader to make the changes. What about the rest of you? The rest of your children making those changes too. What do you tell them? How do you teach them? Whatever we have to invest in our national orientation, I think we should do it. Let's teach our children to know that as Nigerians,
We will do the work.
are called upon to do as one family, one nation under God. Now, it is true that our president has had his shortcomings.
Here are some reasons why we need
To
to.
listen to him. First of all, we need all the encouragement and support that we can give and get from each other. We cannot produce the leaders of tomorrow who will bring Nigeria back to its lost glory if we continue to dwell on our own problems and be bitter with one another. We are in trying times, yes, but we cannot afford to lose
Lose hope because that is literally all that we have.
More importantly, this is how we can yield our stronghold in democracy and tailor the government to actually be about the people. The Nigerian government has made it clear that democracy is only a facade to hide what really goes on in the country. And an example would be the 2023 elections. You see, while we keep complaining that the president will not listen to us, at least let us try and come together, build innovative strategies to make him listen. Because at the end of the day, it is not easy. It will take years upon years, but we need to start now. Also, we can agree that Nigerians in diaspora are not exactly having it easy. There are so many restrictions to what you can do in
Other countries, yet they choose to leave our beloved country.
Why? Because they have lost all hope in the nation. About 3.6 million Nigerians have migrated to other countries in the last 2 years. This is a time that we really need to come together, encourage one another, plan for the future, build our children with values so that we can put our hope in that the younger generation would raise us up. Furthermore, we need to preserve our image in the global space. In the past, we have been known for all the wrong reasons: genocide, fraud, corruption, so many things. But it is time for us to prove that we can be united and stand together for the good of everyone. Lastly, if we cannot innovate, then we cannot communicate. We need to start developing ourselves, our children, that is the younger generation, and collaborating together so that we can get better ideas on how to improve.
Improve our standard of living.
Research from Nobel's website shows that the standard of living in Nigeria is lower than that of the United States by a whopping 56.4%. So it is indeed time for us to stand up and wake up. To conclude, I have no bit to encourage you to do what is right, to come together, to be unified as one. However, let's all play our parts in encouraging our families, our children, our friends, loved ones, everyone around us, so that we can come together and keep hope alive. Next up, we are looking at Labour Party's event on June 12th, where the chairman of the party accused INEC of responding to the 2023 elections. He addressed his party members, and I quote him, "This is appalling that no one spoke about the huge amount of money given to Mahmoud Yakubu and all the INEC commissioners to prosecute a failed election because the Supreme Court had to step in to determine the results of the election." As if that was not enough, he explained why he thinks that the presidency should not pick the next INEC chairman or officials. And this is what it said. What's imminent here is that they may have already positioned party members as INEC commissioners against 2027 election, when they would work and declare the results in favor of the presidency that appointed them. Now, the question is, why should the presidency not decide the next INEC chairman? And here's what I think. First of all, as Julius Abure insinuated, the presidency's decision is an automatic lobbying for the 2027 elections. Of course, they would choose someone who is ready to serve in the party's interests. And as human beings, to get a position or something it was, we can do almost anything, even to the point of compromising our dignity, as we saw in the last election. Also, it is not very democratic that the citizens do not get a say on who decides the result of their votes and opinion. Democracy means that the people are making their own decisions for themselves. However, we cannot truly say that we are practicing democracy when positions as delicate as the INEC chairman and INEC commissioners are being decided by the government without the input of the people. Another reason is as a result of
Past elections.
we will have another failed election, as Julius Abure puts it. A budget of 400 billion naira was drawn for the 2023 election, and it still failed. Then the Supreme Court of Justice had to step in to decide it. Then, of course, it would not be wise to allow the presidency to be in charge of such decisions again. Hence, the reason why it would be best if the presidency is not in charge. Additionally, if anything goes wrong, then there will be most likely no sanctions for the INEC officials. It would be hard to call out the INEC officials for any of their wrongdoings or misconduct, because then that would portray the presidency as incompetent, and of course they do not want to look bad in front of. No government will want to admit that the decisions that they have made is wrong and that they are. And to make it all worse, there is the issue of coronavirus in Nigeria. Most of the thriving politicians we have an OG influential person that is backing them all. And of course, out of pressure not to lose favor in the sight of their godfathers, they might have to pick someone who is not competent because and please these godfathers because they hold veto power.
At the end of the day, I do not believe that
the decision should be left in any of the arms of government's hand. The legislature should be our best bet. However, most of the members of the Senate are represented by the ruling party. So of course, naturally, they would all vote in favor of the ruling party. They would all vote in favor of the ruling party. If we decide to look at external bodies or private bodies, then we have to start worrying about external control. I think it's time for us to start investing in automated voting technology, so that at least we are sure that selfish interests of humans will not get in the way of the country's interests. Thank you for watching. This has been Let's Discuss with Tinti. I hope to see you next week. Same channels, same time. Bye.